Welcome back to Dominate Your Potential podcast with your boy Milton. If this is your first time here, my name is, of course, Milton Sithole. I'm a mindset coach, speaker, author of Dominate Your Potential, founder of Millions About Training and Community Reading Survey. Now, this podcast exists for one reason only, that is to help you break free from self-defeating thinking and step fully into who you were created to be. Here, I share more on my new book, Dominate Potential, which is found on Amazon. It's live on Amazon, and get yourself a copy. The link is in the description notes. Now, today's episode is one I wish someone had shared with me many years ago, especially when I was, frustrated, impatient, and questioning if anything I was doing was actually working. This title, it says it all. Today's title is amazing. It's a powerful one I heard from Les Brown. Les Brown say that don't overestimate what you can do in 1 year and don't underestimate what you can do in 5. At times we tend to overestimate that which you can do in a year and then underestimate the potentiality of growth, the process that it takes us to reach a certain level that happens over a period of, say, 5 years. So this episode is all about patience, perspective, process, and faith. We all need to be patient when it comes to life. We need to have a certain perspective, and there is a process, and though you cannot go anywhere without faith, for faith is the substance of things hoped for. And if you're someone who feels behind in life, you are disappointed, you haven't made it yet to a certain level, and you keep starting things but giving up too soon, then this episode is definitely for you. I've been there. I know the hustle. I know the pain. I know what you're going through. So just take a breath and let's just have a talk. Let's talk, because some people, they fall under what I call is the 1 year trap, and this is somewhat of a hard truth. Most people, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year. We say things like, this time next year, by this time next year, my life will be totally different, which is good. By December, I'll be financially free. In 12 months, I'll be known, established, and successful. That's the dream, right? We all want to make it. We want to set our goals and have our projections and elevate ourselves from point A to point B, so that when that doesn't happen, we feel like failures. But the problem is not effort. It isn't effort. It's just the expectation. When I first moved to the UK, that was in February 2023, I thought, give me 1 year, I'll be settled, thriving and comfortable. And what I didn't factor in was starting over, rebuilding credibility, learning systems, understanding culture, reestablishing income. To be frank, I was an unknown. Not even little known. I was an unknown. Nobody knew me. By the end of that first year, I was, of course, disappointed. Not because I hadn't grown, but because I expected harvest without respecting process. And that's where many people quit. They overestimate year 1, then punish themselves when reality shows up. Year 1 is for laying foundations, not enjoying fruits. Basically, I remember during one of my business sessions, business meetings, and in Birmingham with my business mentor, and he said that now that you're in the UK, just know where you are. You are not back in Africa. You're not in Zimbabwe. Nobody knows you, basically. That's what he said, that now you are nobody. Nobody knows you. So you're starting from the ground up. You're building your network, and it's going to take time. It's going to take a long time per se, but you just have to be patient, keep working, keep showing up, being consistent, being genuine, authentic. Don't have to be pretentious, just be authentic and keep showing up. And he was true. That was true, and I didn't want to hear that reality, but that is the truth anyway. Nobody knew me. So why 1 year feels so disappointing, you might ask? You see, it's because you are still learning, you are still unlearning, and you are still finding what I say, your rhythm. Yes, we compare our year one to someone else's 10 years, which is a problem. And that comparison kills momentum. It was Fred Smith, the founder of FedEx. He said that it took me 28 years to become an overnight success. Now, the Bible says in Zechariah 4:10, do not despise these small beginnings. You start small. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. But at times we do despise small beginnings. We despise small audiences, small incomes, small results, and forget that small means seed stage. I remember I organized a seminar back home in Bulawayo, and I was it 3 or 4 people? Me being the 4th person in the room, there was not much of a crowd, and well, I was disappointed. But the thing is, I managed to pull a crowd. Yeah, those 3 people that came, one was my cameraman, a friend of mine. So basically, it was something. Yeah, so it was a seed. Now I can look back and say I did that, and it's part of the journey. It's part of growing up. It's part of who we are and who we become in the process. So seeds are invisible before they become undeniable. And the 5-year power shift is something that we should look at. Don't want results here and there. But then the problem is most people, we just want the result there. Because the other side of this route is just as powerful. Like, we underestimate what we can do in 5 years. You want results in a year if they don't come. But how about you keep doing it? What will be the case in 5 years? So 5 years feels like far away, but it will pass away anyway. It will pass anyway. It will come to pass. The question then is, who will you be when it does? What will you have learned? What will you have unlearned? Will you have grown, or will you be still at the same place? You see, a fool is one person who does the same thing over and over and expecting a different kind of result. If you had to think back 5 years ago, how you thought, what was your thought process like? What were your fears? And what were your dreams like? Have you changed? Have they changed dramatically? Absolutely. I would say emphatically yes. Now imagine applying the same consistency, the same growth and faith moving forward. It may not be perfect. It may not be frantic, but you are faithful. You are moving forward. Success really is really explosive. It's compounded. Obedience is just a compound effect. If small disciplines done daily become massive results done eventually. That is how it is. And my journey from pain to purpose is one example I can think of to share with you, because for years, growing up without a father, it left me with certain wounds, some insecurity, a bit of anger and doubt. I used to think, if I don't fix this quickly, I'm broken forever. I didn't know what to do. However, I healed along the way, and the healing didn't just come in 1 year. No, because purpose didn't appear overnight as well. It came slowly, through faith, mentorship, discipline, setbacks, and reflection, because we grow along the way. It might be in your business venture, be it in your family, in a project that you're working on. Things may not seem like they are moving the way you want, but it's all part of the process, because looking back, I see now that God was working over time for me, not on my timetable, no. And today, the pain I once wanted to hide has become the platform from whence I speak from. So the thing is, you don't rush what God is shaping. You don't have to be in a hurry and say, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do it now, do it now, do it now. It's a process, which means there are things that need to shift also. There are things that I need to shift in me. like the thinking process, my thinking needed to shift. And here's how you shift from short-term hustle to long-term growth. Hey, I wish I was doing a video this so that I can share the slide with you. This is powerful. Maybe I'm going to do a video of this so that maybe I can share the slides and just help a lot of people along the way. You know, this is powerful. So here's how you shift from short-term hustle to long-term growth. Number one, you stop asking, where should I be by December? However, you reframe and start asking, who must I become in 5 years? See, someone say that you have to work on being, not on having. Who you become is more important than what you have. So you start asking, who must I become? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? What kind of a man, what kind of a woman, what kind of a leader do I want to become? Do I want to be? And number two, you measure progress in character, not just cash. Growth is becoming more disciplined, more focused, and more self-aware. That's right. And number three, like you build systems, not pressure. You see, pressure says hurry up. Systems say show up. So you keep showing up. One step at a time. How do you build a wall? One brick after another. Number four, you honor consistency over intensity. Oh my goodness, I wish I could have been more consistent back in my life with what I was doing back then. You see, intensity burns out. Consistency, it compounds. You are building your credibility. You are building your house. You are building your empire. Just be consistent. Compound effect will work in your favor. And of course, number five, you have to trust God with the timeline. He says, commit all your ways unto me and I will do this. So you have to commit all you do. Trust in the Lord with the timeline. You see, Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us he has made everything beautiful in its time. So there is a time and a season for each and everything. It's not your time. It's time. Yeah, not your time. It's time. And now that your vision stretches beyond 1 year, we are moving past 1 year. Yes, so I want to share a way to set goals that connect deeply with who you are becoming. And I learned this method from Les Brown and the Les Brown Maximum Achievement team. It's called the STAR Goals Method. Forget SMART goals for a moment, yeah? This goes deeper. This is about growth that's emotional, spiritual, and transformational. And the STAR goals method goes like this. The S in the STAR goals method stands for strongly felt and connected. You see, your goals should move you. If it doesn't mean something to you, it won't last. And you should ask yourself, why does this matter? What is at stake if I don't change? When a goal is connected to your heart, discipline becomes devotion. Yes, discipline becomes devotion. And number two, the T in the STAR goals method is theater of the mind. Yes, theater of the mind. Before you set it on paper, you must see it in your mind. Visualize success until it feels familiar, right? If you can imagine clearly, you are already building it internally. And number 3A in the STAR goals stands for absolutely necessary. What you tolerate, you will never transform. It has to be absolutely necessary. Decide what this goal is, that this goal isn't optional. It's essential to your calling, that you have to get it done no matter what. Necessity activates creativity. Someone says that necessity is the mother of all inventions. And the R stands for ridiculously hard to achieve. It doesn't mean that it has to be ridiculously hard. It just means that if it's easy, it won't grow you, it won't stretch you. If it's just if a mediocre goal, it won't stretch you. You see, your goal should stretch your faith, your skill, and patience. It will make you grow. It will stretch your limits and to discover that you are far more capable of doing and achieving far more than you ever thought you could. So when it comes to that particular goal, if it scares your comfort but excites your calling, you're on the right track. You see, goals that don't require growth are just tasks. True goals change you before they reward you. So, brethren, my friend, this requires some reframing. You need to reframe failure. Yes, if you didn't hit your goals, we are in January 2026 now, yeah, and 2025 is gone. And if you didn't hit your goals, like for say 2025, you didn't fail. No, we are now in 2026. And if you are moving slower than expected, you didn't fail. If you are still learning, you didn't fail. Failure isn't failing, isn't falling short. Failure is quitting. But now if you have not quit yet and you're still moving and you're still pushing forward, then you are making much progress. You are making much progress than you thought, because progress is choosing to stay in the game. And that's what we do. We stay in the game. We stay in the game, keep moving, we keep pushing, we keep keeping on. Now, don't overestimate what you can do. In 1 year, you'll frustrate yourself. And don't underestimate what you can do in 5. You rob yourself of hope. Now, when you live by star goals that are strongly felt, that are visualized, absolutely necessary and ridiculously hard, you start trusting the process, not rushing it. You see, so you need to stay planted, stay faithful, stay consistent, because one day you look back and say, if I had given up and it didn't happen fast, but it happened fully. Remember, you were created with potential, and your job isn't to rush it. Your job is to dominate it. And remember to enjoy the book. The link is in the description notes. Enjoy the book, and I would like to hear your thoughts, and see you in the next episode of Dominate Your Potential. I am your host, Milton Sithole, and God bless you. And remember, there is no law against dreaming big. So go ahead, dream big, think big, and do big things.